somehow I managed to squeeze 4 videos out of this Mark II prismatic. Don't know how. Welcome back. Happy New Year to you all. Right, that weld is broken near the top tube, as you know. The whole bike's got to be stripped down again to take the weight out of it, and I'll be using JB Weld. Shop bought, available in hardware stores and online. JB Weld it. Get that pop, get that pop and bang. What am I talking about? Get that popped weld out. Pop and bangs. Get a popped weld back in place, and I've got a change as well into my Christmas gear. My sister bought me a Raleigh Chopper t-shirt, and I've got another t-shirt I've got to wear as well, like a Dynamite t-shirt that was bought by Peter. I'm trying to get Peter introduced into the videos soon. He's a cracking little lad. He's a nice lad. Quite funny as well. Don't know how, but we share the same humour. So try and get someone else involved in the building and just having a laugh. You know, he can tell me how shit these are. These bikes. Anyway, get changed, get it on the bike stand, get bits taken off, apply the weld. Then that's the end of the video, and then we'll come back tomorrow, and then if it's the weld is held, we'll put it back on and ride it out down to a precinct, do the numbers, job done. Right, see you now, bye-bye. Well, not now, but see you now, next. And the power of editing, I've changed. Raleigh Chopper. Hang on. Just pull my gut in, yeah? My sister bought me. Look at that. It makes me look slimmer, yeah? Anyway, it's good quality. Nice touch to it. Yeah, it feels nice on your skin. Gives you, and it complements your physique. Right, so obviously wheels off. They're down there. Back wheel, front wheel, sissy with a seat. Kept the springs and the clamps in, so I know where it will go. Not that I need to know, but it's nice to keep it all in one place. Got to put a chain guard on. That's been rattling about. There's a chain guard. That's been rattling about for goodness how long. So chain guard has got to go on. Like that. I've got some new nuts and bolts. I purchased from eBay, about 14 quid. So basically, new nuts and bolts for here. This mud guard has got a bit of damage on the bottom. So I've got to get a washer, a big washer. And then I can attach the mud guard, and then obviously up here as well I've got new screws for the mud guard bolts, and I've never had nuts or bolts for the rack, so I've got all new reproduction bolts to secure the bits needed securing. As you know, the front bit's fine, that's all looking good, the bars, the new bearings, etc. But the weld in person is there. Those who are new to the channel, the weld has popped. So there you can see a weld popped. I'll be using JB Weld. I imagine I'll probably mess it up. Easy to use, which is obviously going to help me out because I'm not very good at this sort of stuff. Instructions on the back. Prepare, mix, apply, dry. Sets in 4 to 6 hours. Cures in 15 to 24 hours. So I'll come back tomorrow or the next video and have a look how it's got on. Rear rack in place. These little reproduction screws are very good. Stainless steel, so don't rust. But those, like I said, those who are new, that's the weld there. Now some might say, why did you put the rack on before you did the weld? because if I put pressure on this weld when it's fresh, I don't want it popping out. So I'm putting the mud guard back in and the rack, and then I'll be doing the weld. So I just need to do a mud guard, get a washer for that. That's split. Well, it's damaged there, so it needs a washer. Then the screw, obviously. I'll be putting the train guard on as well, and then I can crack on with that weld. So let's do those bits. Right, back mud guards on. So 2 new screws in there. Rear rack's on. Up there you can see the screws. This one here, this mud guard here, this has got a hole in it. So I put a new washer in, and obviously the reproduction screw, but it's still a bit loose. Ideally I'll probably look out for a new mud guard soon, to be fair. But yeah. At least it's sort of like in place. But now I can think about now. I'm going to tidy up in here. Turn the bike stand round and access this weld here. Right, let's do that. Okay, JB Weld. So equal measures of that one and that one. Obviously gloves and something to apply it with. So I'm thinking maybe a bit of cardboard flattened down. I think that's quite a good sort of application or tool. Ideally you'd have like a plastic scraper. So equal quantities in there, mix it up and then do it. So equal quantities, the black and the white, mix it up and then apply. And that's the consistency of it. Right, let's get the camera close as I can, tripod it, and let's see how this gets on. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm not particularly good at this sort of thing. I'm quite clumsy and cack-handed, and you'll see later on in this sequence of filming. So in about 3 or 4 minutes time is the interesting part, when I realised that I needed some sort of clamp. I don't think things ahead, to be fair. I'm a bit with no patience, want to get on and get it done and not really think ahead much. So feel free to put a kettle on, or make a quick ciggy, or go and put your dinner on, or I don't know, take a dog for a quick walk, whatever you want to do. You've got about 3 minutes of me twatting about here. But basically what I'm doing is I am applying the JB Weld. Now I'm assuming you put it into the bit where it's popped out and then around the area. A bit like when you brush your teeth. You brush your teeth, don't you? And your gums as well, and your tongue. And your lips, you know. So we'll do that now. It's a bit messy. Stinks as well. Ideally you would have some sort of ventilation. Maybe I'd do it outside in the garden when it's dry. I think the heat of a garage, not that it's heated, but the warmth helps it to dry. But yeah, very easy to apply, and this was about, I think about £8 or £9 down my local hardware store in town. So you put the bit on, you can see where it bonds together. So you got two sections. So you got that top bit where my left hand is, and then that bottom bit coming down the tube where the rack is. those are two bits that have popped, or one bit's popped, but it's come apart, those two sections. So I hold it in now, but now I realise that I don't want to be standing here for 16 hours, because I think it applies within 5 hours, then it sets within 15, and then it's ready within 24. Ready in the sense of putting things back on it, like the seat and the city bar. I picked up this old wrench at a car boot a year or so ago. I think it's about £1. It's come quite handy, really, over the year, messing about with nuts and bolts. Come quite handy, but ideally it's not really suitable for this. So now I'm thinking out of the box, right, what can I use? The wrench I ain't using. The wrench isn't doing much good. Yeah, I don't want to be standing here for 16 hours. At some point tonight, I'll go to bed, obviously. Yeah, that's not gripping, is it? So I'll leave it with you for a bit, and then I now, in a tick, managed to have plan B, which is find a vice, which you have seen in the thumbnail. That vice, that clamp still isn't working. As you'll see in a tick, I become even more cack-handed, and I decided to put a brick on it. The brick weighs down the frame, so that's not going to work. So I then resort to getting a vice and putting that on it. And then I get a ruler to hold the bike in place. I like the look of my concentration on my face. It's like, come on, Michael. Come on, dealer Mike, you can do this. Just keep persevering, and eventually you'll do it. But then I realised that clamp's no good. And I resort to plan B. Right, now, scratch about on the floor, trying to find another tool. I'm gone for God knows how long. Only about 20 seconds, trying to find a tool on the floor to use. I decided, like I said, a brick. That's no good. As if a brick would have worked. Can you get any more useless? Honestly, I suppose if I put a ruler, if I jacked up the frame, the brick might have helped, but you can't put brick in it, can you? You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll leave you for a tick. You can watch my handy skills and learn how not to do it. But fingers crossed, it'll be right in the end. I'll leave it with you. So if you manage to stay with it this long, then I owe you a massive thank you. This channel is about me learning, and you learning how not to learn from my antics. But the vice seems to work. This I bought from a car boot for about £2. So you squeeze it down onto the frame, top bit. That's it. Squeeze it down, and then it holds in place. That's it. Don't worry about, I'm not bothered about scratching it. But yeah, as long as it's squeezed down and holding, that'll do. And then obviously the weight of the vice is dragging the frame down. I need it to be upright, so I then get a ruler. You can see there in the top right corner, I've got this massive ruler I've had for years. Wedge that in place, which holds the frame up like that. And we are quids in. That is now position. Move the camera up. Lovely, look at that. Just check my skills. Vice is tight. Yeah, all good. Adjust the ruler. And that is now pretty much in place. I think that's done. Right, let's go to the outro. Let's do it. Now, I've amazed myself with my engineering qualities. The JB Weld has been applied. I managed to work out, well, I didn't think, to be fair, I might need a clamp. Was I expected to stand there for 24 hours holding it in place? So I took a little bit, so I took the vise off a bench, clamped the top tube there, the top tube down to the other tube, clamped it together with a ruler, holding the bike up, because obviously the vise is heavy. And I'll come back tomorrow and I'll capture what I see on the video to see if it's held. It should held because it's good stuff. If it's held, I'll then sand down the even surface, make it nice and even, and then put some new paint in it, like a black, ideally black, obviously, a black paint, and then build it back up together, crank on, and that sort of thing. Interesting video. I did say I would do a weld on it, but yeah, you can see there now the weld in place, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that'd be good. I'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully, and then we'll see how we get on. Thank you for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you could, leave a comment. Yeah, put a comment down, tell me what you think of my progress. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you.